And so, sorry, Alex, do me a favor and hit the little bird that allows you to tweet this conversation out to all of your connections on Twitter.
Okay.
It's in the left-hand side.
Left hand.
That'd be over here.
No, I just see it. I see one that says near say something.
It says tell a little bird. It's a blue bar. You're on your laptop, yes?
This is my mom's cell phone. She just handed me the cell phone.
Oh, I see. I see. Well, no problem. So anyway, let's get back to the conversation. Let's not digress. So you're looking to develop a network of people on social media who have a similar passion. And so now we're talking about Google Plus. We just talked about Facebook. And you would obviously take your passion and develop some keywords behind it, or you could do a keyword search in Google to find out what words other people that are in your niche are typing in most often when they're doing a search. Either way, simple way is just go to Google Plus, go into communities, and type in animation graphics and see what listings you get for communities, and then join several of those communities. Then do the same thing with another keyword search, and that is video game design, and see if there are groups with that search. Join 5 or 6 of those groups, and in within the next 30 days, I mean, make a game plan that, okay, in week 1, like today, tonight, over the next 48 hours, I'm going to join all of these groups. And then over the next 7 days, I'm going to develop relationships within the group by having conversations. I'm going to have conversations about who I am. And here's, I'm in school. I'm studying to be what is it that you want to be? Something like Pixar?
Yes, and I want to be a video game developer.
And a who? I can't hear you.
A video game developer.
Video developer. Video game developer.
Yes.
Okay, and so, okay, fantastic. So you have conversations with people that are in the group about that. Here's who I am. Here's my interest. Here's what I've done so far. So what have you done so far? Has it been mostly study? Have you done any designs yourself?
I've done a few, 3 designs.
Okay. All right, cool. And so then you start talking about your designs, and you'll develop some camaraderie with people that are in that niche who are where you are, or may have been where you are now, and they've already passed that. And they'll say, hey, you know what? I understand exactly where you are. Here's some of the work that I've done, blah, blah, blah. And you'll see that there are people that are ahead of you in their ability, in their skill sets, right? And so first week, you develop those relationships. Second week, you say, hey, you know what? I've got a Facebook group. Don't know if you're on Facebook. I know we're on Google Plus, but I'm developing a Facebook group specifically for people that are in video game development. Would love for you to be a part of that. Come on over, here's the link. And so you start from the second week forward, you put that link out there like every other day in the groups that you're in, right? And people will start showing up in your Facebook group. What do you do when they get to the Facebook group? Question. What should be, you're leading a group now. So, and this group is people that are into animation graphics and they're into video game design, right? So what kind of things would people that are in animation graphics and video game design, what would they like to see in a Facebook group?
Okay.
I'm going to let you take a stab at it, and then I've got some ideas.
Okay. So do you want me to give you some?
Sure, give me some ideas. What would they like to see? What do you think they would like to see? What kind of content should you be posting? Okay. Hey, Bernie. I'm talking to Bernie. He just joined us.
Okay. At the top of my head, I'm thinking about different types of tutorials, like 3D tutorials or free classes, 2D art lessons, because it's always important.
Okay, so stop there. So what I'm hearing you say is that you would be offering some how-to information for them.
Yes.
That's what a tutorial is, right?
Yes.
You may want to write this down. So number one on your list is that you would be offering how-to information in the form of tutorials, in the form of videos, in the form of whatever you want to make those how-to information. But you're going to be supplying how-to information to people that are animation, graphic artists, or video game designers. Great. All right, so that's one thing. And obviously they would be appreciative of that. What else do you think you should be adding to the group?
I guess, I don't know how to word this correctly, but things that help spark creativity, and I guess things
Let me ask you a question. Who's top dog right now? Give me 5 people that are top dog in video game design that you know about. Give me 3. Doesn't have to be 5. Give me 3.
Okay, well, I'll say for animation, Pixar, and
people. I want people.
I can't think of the names of people right now.
Okay, that's right. Put that down on your sheet of paper, because you're going to want to find out who the leaders are in your industry, and you're going to want to search the web for interesting news about those people who are leaders in your industry, and put that information in your Facebook group. Okay. Because other people who are up and coming that are in your Facebook group, they want to know, who the leaders are, what they're doing, what projects they're engaged in, what the level of difficulty is in that project, who it is that they decided to bring in as people within their project to build that project out. And you'll be amazed, there'll be people that are in these projects that are from different countries, right? It seems like the people in Western Europe, some of the Slavic countries, Russia, Yugoslavia, the Ukraine, they seem to have really brilliant people that are in design, web design, from those areas. There's also, extremely talented people that are from India, particularly Bangalore, right? It's like a software design capital, right? Of a big center. And so you're going to want to find out who the top players are, what projects they're involved in, who do they pull into their project, and list those kind of things in your Facebook group, like all the time, right? You want to keep that Facebook group humming with great information about industry leaders.
Okay.
Right? And so as you're doing that, video too. So like who has 3 of the greatest video games that you really enjoy right now? And what kind of video games do you like, by the way? They're all kind.
I like RPGs and just first player stealth games. I can think of studio names, but I can't think of like the actual creators of.
Okay, hold on one second. I'm going to take my earplugs out, see if I can hear you better. And I heard some of what you said. Now I'm good.
I'm sorry.
Go right ahead. I'm listening.
Excuse me.
So Bernie, Greg, what we're doing, I had limited people to show up for this hangout. However, Alex and you all did show up. Alex had a particular question about building a global wealth network. How do you go about doing that? And one of the steps is to develop an interest group in your niche on Facebook, right? And she was saying, well, how do I do that? If you scroll up in the comments, you'll see her question. And so that's what we're in now. We're in a discussion about how you would actually develop a network. Hey, Alex, refresh your page because it's showing poor audio signal. And sometimes if you just simply refresh the page, that clears all that up. You'll probably, it's probably going to make you rejoin as a panelist, because all I see is your, I see your square pulsing, but your image, your video feed is not coming through. So Greg and Bernie, hope you're following along in the conversation. If you are, say yes. I just want to make sure that we're tracking along. We're talking about things that are really fundamental, things that are really basic, and it doesn't matter what industry you're in. This could be the travel industry. It could be any industry. You know, it could be skateboarders. It could be musicians. It could be anything. The whole idea is that we're in the 21st century and people don't have to grind anymore. Generating income is a lot easier than we think it is, and it's a lot closer at hand than we think it is. We just have mental blocks that are keeping us from executing, from getting it, right? And so one of the things that in this discussion of global wealth networks, the idea is that you can develop a wealth network of people that have a similar interest that you have, right? By first attracting those people to an online space where you can engage in conversations about what it is that you love, number one. Attract the people to an online space where you can engage in a conversation about what you love. When you have developed that online space, as I was sharing with Alex, you support the growth and the attractiveness of that space by loading that space up with content that people that are in your niche would appreciate. So, you know, in Alex's case, we're talking about people that are in graphic design. In the travel industry, right, you would be doing the same thing, but you would take things that are relevant to people who are, in this case, either jet setters. They like the idea of going to fabulous places at a fraction of the cost. And you need to find out where those places are and post those places in your Facebook group. You need to find out who the world travelers are. That's a Google search. You know, people that are world travelers that make it an occupation. You know, it's a fun thing for them to do, to be able to travel from country to country to country often, like every month they're going somewhere. Who are those people? And how is it that they are funding that? How is it that they develop the funds to do that? All of those things make for interesting content in this space that you are attracting your niche to. So that's the kind of content that you want to supply in the way of images, in the way of text articles, in the way of blog, multimedia articles, in the way of video. So now you've got people that are that have a common interest with you attracted to a space that you've developed, and in that space they're being nourished with things that support their interest, right? So the next step, the next logical step is, can you find a product or a service that the people in your niche agree has value, right? And so in the case of our company, Global Wealth Networks, we have as a business developing tool suites to help people, organizations, and small businesses take the thing that they have a passion for, their idea, their talent, their skill set, their project, their business offering, and be able to share that with a larger online audience. We develop tool suites that help people do that. So an organization or a group like Alex's group of graphic artists, Alex can say, hey, you know what? Let's take ownership of a tool suite that helps us do two things. Number one, share our own ideas and share our own examples of the work that we're doing with a larger audience so that we can attract more cool people to our network, right? And every time someone is attracted into the network and they're introduced to the tool suites, you know, the person who gets them happily involved in using those tool suites, an income is generated for that person. And it doesn't matter what the industry is, the process is the same. It's the same. And so in that way, you get people that are they're non-technical, or in Tasha's case, they're very technical, but they're not business savvy. I'm sorry, Alex's case, they are technical, but they're not business savvy, and they don't even want to know about quote unquote business, right? How, you know, all of the headaches of what they think of as a business, but they do want to earn. So this is a way of taking people that have similar interests and allowing them to earn by simply attracting other people to their network where they've got all this cool stuff going on, all this learning going on. And when they come to the network, they take ownership of tools that help them share what it is that they're passionate about with a bigger audience. That's it. That's it. And it doesn't take a person being a salesperson. You don't have to be a salesperson. You don't have to be an internet guru. You don't have to be a technical computer person. You don't have to be any of that. Everything that it takes to build income, to generate income, is really grouped in three areas: the ability for you to attract, the ability for you to invite, and the ability for you to organize people into a team, into a network. That's it. Right? Nothing super heady. So this has been a great conversation. Alex, you're not showing, you're probably seeing the same thing that I'm seeing if you're looking at the screen. So you'll want to refresh your screen one more time to see whether or not you can, your video feed will show up. It's saying that you have poor signal. Greg, Bernie, any comments that you'd like to make in the screen, or better yet, would you like to come up? We're going to close this down in 5 minutes, but would you like to come up and take a seat just for a second and just share with me what your take is on Global Wealth Networks as an income model for earning in the 21st century? What do you think about it? What do you find interesting? What are some of the questions that you might have about it? Awesome. Well, there are a couple of links that are in the comment stream, and I'm going to add one more. This is the link to an organization that we're partnered with that's called Create Lifestyle Freedom. So let me make sure that I get that link, and you can go there to their Facebook group, the Create Lifestyle Freedom Facebook group, and request to join. Those of you who are watching this now or who may be watching this in the future, you can request to join that group and join into the conversation there about how to have a simple, elegant, fun way of generating income in the 21st century. My name is Muhammad Mahdi, and it's been a pleasure sharing with you in this hour. Let me make sure I put the link here. Awesome. Awesome, awesome. 1 second. Okay, awesome, awesome. And the gem, welcome. We're just wrapping up this conversation. It is recorded, and so it'll be available on Blab in the replay section. So excited to have you here. Let me also put my Blab channel in so that you can follow me on Blab, and more importantly, so that you can take a look at some of the other discussions that will be coming up in the very, very, very near future. Let's see, 1 second, please. Greetings, Gene. And so there is my Blab channel, Mentor with Mahdi. If you go there, you'll see some of the scheduled Blabs that are up and coming, and we'll be excited to have you on the panel, in one of the open seats, and in the conversation, in the general conversation. And with that, we wish you all a great evening. See you soon. Bye.